All right, it started. What's going on? Changing it up.
Dude, we're
just starting.
Oh,
We're just going.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
that's fine.
we're not doing the intro because I hate doing it. I sound terrible on every intro.
What do you do? It's like
I used to go, welcome.
Oh yeah.
That's what I used to do.
No, you tried like the hello and welcome.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I got that. I was doing it because I was listening to another podcast, and that's what he was doing. And I was like, oh, okay, this will work if I do it. So I decided to switch it up. I'm not doing that anymore. Who we talking about, Sam?
Charles Barkley. What are his nicknames?
The round mound of rebound.
Yeah, that's it. Round mound.
I like
rebound.
that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Sir Charles.
Sir Charles. That's the main one.
Yeah. I don't know if he had any more other than that. Dude, it's pretty crazy. Like, he was in Space Jam. Like,
yeah.
He
wasn't there a lot. Like, I felt like he was like, didn't he just play like the pickup and like
play like pickup and then yeah.
How many years retired was he at that point? Because I remember him being like kind of big. But
what year did Space Jam come out?
It might have been 94, 95.
Yeah, something like that. Charles Barkley's still in the league at that point.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if it's that old.
Did you guys watch the new Space Jam?
I have not. It looks like it's garbage.
Yeah, that's what
No
I've
way
heard.
Braun. No way Braun can act. I mean, not that MJ could, but like nowadays it looks worse.
No, I was about to say, dude, Space Jam, the original one, if you go back and watch, was a tough. It was a tough one to watch.
Absolutely, I've definitely rewatched it like since I was a kid and thought like, I don't believe any of you right now.
Yeah,
I don't believe that you're talking to Bugs Bunny right now, MJ. I don't.
Did you watch that South Park thing?
Oh, completely forgot about that.
They made a reference to Space Jam, and I'm not going to try to repeat it because I wouldn't do it justice, but
yeah,
maybe try.
I'm going to have to watch it. I forgot. I completely forget about HBO.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, it's on Paramount. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, boy.
Well, you got to come to my house and watch it.
Have you heard of Paramount?
Yeah, I've heard it. That's
it's
where
like
Bellator is on Paramount, I think.
All the CBS stuff is on Paramount.
Oh, I
think Paramount is a parent company of CBS, I think.
Okay, well, anywho, back to...
They're like basically like Spike TV. Like, remember Spike TV back in the day? Yeah.
Men stuff. Ball humor.
They used to have the
Shit
UFC.
Exploding. That's it. Tits too.
Manscaped would have had like the perfect platform to advertise on if Spike was still around.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, this episode is brought to you by... No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like Manscaped is one of those companies that like they would like find the some podcast, and I don't know.
They're on every podcast I listen to. Every single one of them are using Manscaped.
I'm not buying the lawnmower 2.0.
I'm not. No, it's the 4.0 now.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck that. I don't care.
What do they make?
Exactly. Like what revisions could like improvements? It's just a shaver that doesn't cut you.
I don't know. I've never used it, but I do have that Phillips One Blade Norelco. Does the job.
Yeah. See, I don't know anybody that actually owns.
One blade is in again.
Yeah, one blade's good
because it was getting to like 7 or 8
it's
blades.
like I don't know if it's actually. I don't.
Dude, you don't look like you've shaved in 6 months.
I haven't shaved in a little bit, dude. I'm growing it out, man. I'm about to shave here soon though, because I got to go to. I'm probably gonna have to go back to California here soon, on a work trip. So, yeah, in front of the boss and stuff, gotta look presentable. Dude, yeah. I never turn on my camera in like a Zoom meeting or my camera.
You just wait until they turn theirs off.
I never.
Are there other people that do the same thing?
No, like a lot of people keep their camera on like the whole time.
Honestly, I feel like I feel like the professional thing to do is to not turn your camera on and not put the pressure on. Like unless you're talking to, coworkers, and it doesn't matter like what you're wearing.
They're not really that strict about it. Like, like no one's ever told me like, hey, turn on your camera. But yeah.
They're probably thinking it too.
Yeah, they're probably thinking
they're
it.
Like,
yeah.
This guy's a dick. I wore my best suit. Karen's in her nicest dress. And this guy's over here just like probably pantsless.
Dude, speaking of which, Charles Barkley averaged 22.1 points per game, 11.1 rebounds per game, 3.9 assists per his career. It's pretty good. Pretty solid numbers.
You said speaking of which, as if that
it had nothing to do with it. I just wanted to
we're working on the transition.
No, that's cool. I mean, sorry, say those stats again.
Segues.
22 and 11, man.
22 and 12. 11.7. Right?
11.7. Okay, so yeah, 22 and 12,
yeah.
almost
4 assists. 4 assists is pretty good for a power forward.
Yeah, dude. And in his one thing I like about him though, looking at his like career playoffs, he went to 23 and 13 and still 3.9 assists. So he improved in the playoffs. Played 16 seasons, played for the 76ers. That's who he got drafted by. He was round 1, 5th pick. And he played for the Suns and he played for the Rockets as well. But really, honestly, with the Rockets, I mean, he was a shell of himself.
I didn't even know he played for the Rockets, to keep it 100 with you. I had no idea he played for the Rockets.
Who would win one-on-one, Karl Malone or Charles Barkley?
I'd probably pick Charles Barkley. I just think Charles Barkley, when he was in his prime, Karl Malone had a better career. Like, it's hard to deny. Like, neither one of them won a championship. So then you have to, like, base it off of, like, stats. And, like, Karl Malone went to more finals. Karl Malone won more MVPs. Karl Malone played longer. Karl Malone's number 2 all-time in points. I mean, Karl Malone was amazing. But Charles Barkley, at his peak, was better than what Karl Malone was. And Charles Barkley is smaller.
But do you think that's like, I feel like there is some bias towards Charles Barkley because of his body type and the fact that he was smaller, but he was still as good as he was. Like, do you think people overestimate how good he was in his prime versus like Karl Malone, who's like the prototypical, power forward, it's like you don't give him as much credit because it's like, oh, you had the advantage because you were taller and body type
true.
And stuff.
That is true. There's probably
I feel like
some
people
of that.
Are fat shaming.
Not only that, like Charles was like really like savvy with the media. Like he's always like entertaining and stuff. So he probably the media probably saw him as being better or giving him the edge.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But I mean, it's also hard with Karl Malone. Like those stats are kind of inflated because it's like, dude, all right, but you also had one of the best passers of all time setting you up your entire career. You guys literally played 20 years together, where Charles never had. Although, I didn't know this, but when he actually got drafted, he came in the same draft class as Michael Jordan. He got drafted when Moses Malone and Dr. J were on the 76ers. So they had won the championship in 1983. And then Charles Barkley comes in 1984. And so he got drafted on a team. Now, Dr. J was old by that point. By that point, he had like 1 or 2 years left. It was pretty much done. So he retires. They trade Moses Malone and say, Charles, it's your team now, but they could never put a team around him. So I think the farthest he ever went was the conference finals at that point. And then a bunch of the rest of the time he was getting like bounced out of first and second round.
Yeah. Who'd you say was his point guard when he entered the league?
Oh, you talking about Karl Malone?
No, Barkley.
Barkley's point guard? I don't know.
Yeah, well, exactly. Because you were saying like John Stockton was. Is it Stockton?
Yeah, John Stockton.
Stockton and Malone.
Yeah, Stockton and Malone.
As soon as I said it, I was like, that's
one of the best pick and roll duos. Yeah. I mean, just unstoppable.
Yeah, I have no idea who the fuck was on any of Charles Barkley's teams. To be honest.
Well, when he was on the Suns, that was really when he won his MVP in 1993, which is when he was on the Suns. That was probably his best year. I think that year, he averaged 25.6 points per game, 12.2 rebounds, 5.1 assists. Like, that was prime time Charles Barkley. And he had Tom Chambers on the team, who was a pretty good player for his time, but he was aging. And he had Kevin Johnson on the team, who at that time I think was an all-star point guard. So they did have a better team. However, he goes up against Michael Jordan, you know.
A lot of guys got caught up in that bubble, man. That DJ bubble. Like, should have been, or were great, but should have had some ships, but Michael Jordan.
Yeah, dude, those Chicago Bulls teams, man, they're hard to beat.
Yeah.
You can't beat them. It sucks for a guy like Charles Barkley, too, because I really do think, like, talent-wise, he was on, like, a very similar... Like, there's not many people... I guess you could kind of say, like, he's unique, because he's small. He's, like, 6'5", and he's heavy. He's like Zion Williams. Like, that's literally what he's like. And it just sucks that his career kind of got overshadowed. And now he's not even known for basketball. Like, now, if you type in Charles Barkley on Google, it's all TNT stuff. None of it's about his actual playing career.
Yeah, I mean, most of these kids, they know he played because of the shit he's talking with Shaq.
He's young blood.
That's why, like, players like Draymond Green feel like they can just go after Charles Barkley. Like, Draymond Green is nowhere near as talented of a basketball player that Charles Barkley was.
Was Draymond comparing himself to Charles?
Yeah, literally, he was. And the argument was Draymond's got 3 rings. And that's what it boiled down to.
Of course,
it's like,
it always does.
Yeah. I was like, dude, Draymond, there's not one thing that you do better than Charles, except for play defense. Like, other than that, there's not one other thing that you can do.
He might be a better passer.
Maybe. Yeah. It's
But-
easy to
but,
pass.
I mean, I'm
though.
not like the disparity, like the disparity in scoring talent
Yeah.
and the disparity in rebounding ability.
Mm-hmm.
It's not close.
Yeah. It just that really. I don't know why that annoyed me so much when, like, Draymond went after
Well,
him. I was like,
Draymond is an annoying person.
yeah, he is.
He annoys me.
Yo, no, for sure. He went from, like, a flip-flop. Same thing with Lance Stevenson. I feel like I flip-flop to him, like, this guy's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm very, very sick of this man. Very sick of his antics.
Yeah, with Lance, it was like, it's all fun and games when, like, you're winning and everything, but, like, when you're not winning and you're not playing good and you're, like, hitting yourself in the face.
Lance was just like a weirdo though. Like, he was just weird. Like Draymond, I feel like he's not weird. You know, he's just like.
I feel like Lance could have played longer in the NBA. Like, he was talented. Like, he was a good rebounder. He had some handles. Like, he was so dumb, though. Like, his decision making was.
Yeah, I mean he had a really quick first step for a little bit until he lost it after like 2 years of. I you know when he came to the Hornets, I thought he was gonna be like a great pick and roll player. I thought it was gonna be like him and Kemba running the pick and roll. Dude, I was so.
You were so pumped. It's like, dude, he's averaging 10 rebounds. Like, it was so.
I was like, I know he's only scoring 8 points a game.
Oh
but, you know.
man, those were the good old
Yeah,
days, man. That was so funny.
Dude, when he was in Indiana, like, watch his highlight tape from
He was a
Indiana
beast,
before he
dude.
came to the Hornets. It was like, because, you know, that's where I went wrong. All I was watching was the highlights.
He was like
this
the
dude's
original, like, I'm going to get a triple-double. Like, he was playing like he was going to get, like, possibly average a triple-double.
He knew he wasn't going to keep playing that well, so
Yeah.
he's like, shit, I got to play the long game here. I got to give you
It sucks, too. He never really got the big contract either because
Yeah, but-
he betted on himself.
Yeah, the Pacers offered him a long-term, like,
85 or so,
4-year
yeah.
deal, and he only got a 2-year deal with the Hornets, I think.
No, it was a 2-year, third-year option. Yeah. And it was worth like $27 million.
Yeah, so I think it was like actually even less money because I think he was making $9 million a year with the Hornets, but he was going to make $10 million a year for 4 years with the Pacers. But he was like, nah, I'm going to, play great for 2 years, and then they're going to extend me, and I'm going to be making like 15.
Well, the Hornets were probably a pretty far worse team at the time. So, like, he was probably thinking he was going to run shit down there.
Hornets
Yeah.
got a fun team, man.
Oh, hell yeah, they do.
They lost a tough one the other night, though, to the Rockets. Dude, you cannot lose to the Rockets. That was rough.
The Bulls game was super fun. That was a great one, him versus Lonzo.
Yeah.
Did you hear the crowd chanting that Lonzo's better? I was like, y'all are ignorant.
Lonzo's pretty good.
This is his first year where he's actually been like really, really good.
Lonzo, he's pretty legit, man. No, his defense too.
Yeah, but it's better than Lamelo.
Not on the offensive end, but Lonzo's it's so tough because I don't know how good of a defender LaMelo is, but I've watched enough Bulls games to be like, dude, Lonzo can lock you down. He's like 6'7" and a point guard. Like, he's massive. And he can actually shoot now.
Yeah, he's got his shooting.
He's exactly what they want next to LeBron right now. And yet they traded him away. It's just stupid.
DeMar DeRozan's been showing people that he's still fucking nice too. Recently.
Dude,
DeMar, that Bulls team's pretty good.
Someone did an interview, or like TMZ, he was like leaving somewhere, and they called him and it was like, DeMar, who's the best one-on-one player in the league? And DeMar was like, I am. And at the time I was like, that is such an asinine statement to make. But honestly, dude, like, he's pretty smooth. Like, I guarantee you, like, DeMar DeRozan probably is, like, one-on-one, like, one of the better players because he's got such a deep skill set. Like, he's honestly, like, I would put him in the same tier as far as skill set on, like, the James Hardens and the Kobe's of the world because he's very skilled in the mid-range. And he's hitting a three now. Dude, he's a beast. I'm happy for DeMar. I'm glad he got out of San Antonio.
Yeah, he's had a rough career for as talented as he is, for the numbers he puts up. He just never goes right for DeMar.
If he would have had, and it's crazy too, because if you look at like James Harden, James Harden's playoff success, I mean, yeah, he got to a Western Conference Finals and he made that one finals when he was young, but he really hasn't had a lot of playoff success. DeMar hasn't either, but DeMar doesn't get talked about at all. And it's, partly because he's on the San Antonio Spurs and they haven't been good. And also he was thought of as like a inefficient scorer, but DeMar DeRozan's, he's pretty good. Like, I'd rather have him than James Harden right now.
I would too. I'm not super high on James Harden.
No, since they changed the rules. Although they're changing it back because he's starting to get more calls now.
One-on-one, DeMar DeRozan or Donovan Mitchell?
I think DeMar.
I would probably go DeMar too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd go Mitchell. I don't know.
Mitchell's pretty athletic.
Okay.
He's small though. Mitchell's like 6 foot.
DeRozan or Trae Young?
DeRozan's got a lot of size on him, man.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't.
Trae Young's like 5'11". I'd probably go DeRozan.
Trae cross him up though.
Yeah, but I feel like
let him take the long ass.
Let him take those long threes because you just back off of him that long three.
We're playing 2s and 1s though, so
I'd probably still go DeMar.
Let's make a ticket, yeah.
He can make a few in a row, but he won't.
If you're DeMar, you probably can just let him like play up on him and let him think you can go by him and then chase him down.
Yeah,
because you got that much size on him.
Like,
I don't know, man. I think you're underestimating Trae Young's finishing ability.
Trae Young's finishing ability is pretty good, but I just feel like if it's just one-on-one eventually, I think DeMar's going to put it on.
I think Trae Young could blow right by him, though. I think it would be close. I think he wouldn't get smacked. I don't know. He knows how to get his body between the defender and the basketball. He's a point guard. I mean, he knows.
He's a good finisher for a small guy, but like DeMar one-on-one, like he's gonna have that shit. Like he's gonna know exactly what he's about to do. He's gonna do one or two.
We should do a segment of like just like a one-on-one tournament.
Yeah,
but I feel like we'd never agree on who would win. One-on-one.
No, one-on-one, it's like you never see it competitively like that.
Yeah.
You're never going to, all it is opinion.
But there's 3 of us, so you have a tiebreaker.
That's true.
Or there would be no tie. So we should do it.
How would you do like a center versus a point guard, though?
I mean, you just pick who you think would win one-on-one. You just have to get creative about how you think the game would go.
Okay, well then are we going like who gets ball first? Because I feel like
they shoot for ball.
Shoot for ball.
Yeah.
So
this is like it's like street rules.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but like, if you do a make it, take it.
Because let's just say you flip a coin.
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin.
The only reason why is because I really do feel like if you were to get like Kareem versus like Trae Young, assuming that everyone's in their prime, if Kareem gets the ball first, it's probably going to be a long night for Trae Young.
Well, let's forget about who gets the ball first, because if it's a coin flip, then you can't guess. And I definitely agree. Like when you were talking about make it, take it, I feel like honestly most of these NBA players, like once they get to a certain level, they can just score.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably score like at least 5 straight times before they get stopped.
Even more, probably even more than that now.
Probably,
Dude, the way these shooters shoot today, like it's crazy. Yeah. These guys don't miss, man. Like when you watch like these shooters warm up, they never miss. It's crazy.
Only center that should be in this bracket is Jokic.
Dude, Jokic is slowly becoming like one of the greatest players ever.
Statistic like
these 2 seasons that he's put together is unbelievable. He's not even being talked about. It's crazy. Dude, Denver, if Michael Porter Jr. can stay healthy or get healthy, Denver's got a squad because they got Aaron Gordon and they got Jamal Murray's coming back.
Dude, Jamal Murray's nasty.
Yeah. Bubble Jamal Murray was a beast.
He'd be a good one-on-one player.
He would be. I guarantee you he's probably really good at one-on-one.
He'd make the top 8 for sure in the league.
Top 8.
Bubble Jamal would.
Bubble Jamal.
Bubble Jamal.
A lot of like, who are the other bubble players that?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan. Yeah, it was mostly those.
And then Devin Booker was going crazy.
But there were a few guys that were just like shooting
Tyler Hero.
ridiculous percentages from 3.
Yeah. God dang, the guy who went to I want to say he went to NC State. He plays for Indiana.
Oh, T.J. Warren.
Yeah, T.J. Warren. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was going crazy in the bubble.
You know what's really interesting, and I'd like to see like side by side statistics of in the bubble versus like normal times, because I feel like it's like a controlled experiment of how much, like the psychological effect of being in front of people in an arena, 20,000 people. What effect does that have on shooting percentage? And I feel like that's like the closest thing that we'll ever get to a controlled experiment, on that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done like a sports science episode on that shit. Like I would watch it for sure.
Yeah, they break it down and they're like, this guy's a little bitch because he shoots 30% from 3.
Worried about normal times, but yelling at the stands.
Yeah,
that is pretty crazy though, dude. The bubble was pretty cool though. Like it was hoops every single night.
Everyone was so ready for sports to be back.
I was watching that every night. Was just a great game.
Yeah,
like every single night.
Like fire for several months because of that.
Yeah,
and that's where we got the Jimmy Butler rumors.
Yeah. Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, yeah. So like, I mean, there was a lot that happened.
Dude, did you see I forget where Jimmy Butler. They were playing somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but they started chanting Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
Rachel Nichols.
Dude, so I found this pretty interesting. Charles Barkley, true shooting percentage leader for 4 years in a row. 1987, 88, 89, and 90.
That's tough to do.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's tough to do for a power forward.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot a lot of threes, did he?
He did shoot more threes than I think most people wanted him to. Because I think if you look,
always considered him a mid-range.
Yeah, he was always more of a mid-range and low post scorer. But he got criticized because later on in his career, when the athleticism started going, he started shooting more like fadeaways and 3-pointers, and he wasn't that good at them. But hey, it is what it is. 2-time Olympic gold medal winner. Won in 1992, part of the Dream Team. Actually led the Dream Team in scoring. A lot of people didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And he went back in 1996. And he was their best player again on there. So even though he didn't win a championship, he won 2 gold medals.
What was that that Dream Team documentary where he was like, I don't know. It was like Angola or something. He was like, I don't know where Angola is, but they're about to something like that.
That's some shit he would say.
He was like so ignorant. Everyone loved him though. Like,
yeah, they did.
He was a celebrity wherever he
went. Fuck other countries. Silly sounding.
Yeah. So he was drafted 1984, 5th pick by Philadelphia. So he played in Philadelphia up until, I want to say, 1992-93. And I think that's when he basically forced a trade, or they traded him. Dude, interesting thing though, when he got drafted, so he didn't want to go to Philadelphia. He met with them and they told him that they were interested in taking him. So before the draft, he ended up like pigging out and like eating a bunch of food and stuff to try to get his weight up so they wouldn't draft him. And he like stepped in like over 300 pounds. The reason why he didn't want to get drafted there, they only had like $75,000 in free cap room to sign him, and he wanted to get to play somewhere where they were going to pay him more. But they ended up trading some players to get him more money. So it ended up working out pretty well for him. But basically, they suck, right? Philly, they can't build around him. He can't win. He ends up getting a trade to the Suns. His first year there, they make it all the way to the finals. And he loses to Michael Jordan. But in that finals, though, 1993 finals, 27.3 points per game, 13.0 rebounds, and 5.5 assists.
He was consistent as shit with those
man was putting it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Man, I feel like, what is that? That's like a 30% increase in all his stats, basically.
27 and 13, you'll take that any day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't realize his numbers are really good. And
you're like, I didn't realize his numbers are really good.
No, I didn't realize they were that good.
I thought his numbers were
no, I didn't realize they were those are all-time numbers that he put up, and it just
it's a damn shame he didn't get back.
Yeah,
that's
it really
that's on the owner, that's on his teammates. That's trash.
I think that should do it. I think we're good now. Oh yeah, no, we're back now. Sorry about that. I had to take a little break.
I feel like that probably sounded really awkward.
Yeah, it probably did.
Because like we stopped mid conversation, and so like if you're listening to that, it just went from like, yeah, dude, Charles Barkley averaged 27 points, and we're back.
Yeah, I know it probably is pretty weird, but oh well. But yeah, no, he played very well in the NBA Finals, and it was not his fault why they lost. I think the Bulls were just better.
Yeah, there's no shame in losing to Michael Jordan. Everybody did.
Yeah, literally every.
That's probably the only thing that keeps them from like completely going mad is just be like having we lost to MJ. What we lost because of MJ.
What?
Yeah, but you still can't make that excuse. You know, like if you say like, "Oh, but I lost to MJ," people can go, "Oh."
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
especially if it's Shaq. You know.
Yeah. Well, Shaq kind of got lucky, you know. I don't know about lucky, but like it worked out fortunately for him.
Yeah.
The round mound of rebound got fucked.
So they interviewed Charles and they asked him about him losing in the finals, and he said kind of what Sam said, which was, "I have no problems with losing to Michael Jordan. He's the greatest ever. Yada yada." He said what hurts me is the 2 years after that. They played Houston. And they were up 2-0, and then they lost. And then they played them again the next year. They were up 3-1, and then they lost.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ass. You can't have that. That's kind of on him a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't.
Because he did not play well in both of those series. So he said that's what bothered him, because he felt like they were a better team. And both of those Houston teams went on to win championships.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is tough.
That's tough. Imagine Charles with 2 rings.
Yeah, dude. Back to back, too.
Yeah.
You're looking at him in a whole new light.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so after that happened, after they lose to Houston, he, in kind of, if you can't beat them, join them type of deal, he decided to join the Houston Rockets. And Clyde Drexler and Hakeem Olajuwon were there. And Charles Barkley just didn't play well at all, I mean, just kind of didn't have a great season. It just didn't really work out. He's out of shape at this point. Wasn't as efficient, and he ends up. I want to say they played the Utah Jazz, and I think that was the game where John Stockton hit the big shot over him, then they ended up making it to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, it's rough, man. That's a rough go of it.
Yeah. Then after that, what's pretty interesting, so after 1998, Scottie Pippen ends up going to the Rockets because Charles Barkley was like, I want Scottie Pippen to go to the Rockets and so we can play and win. And this was with Hakeem Olajuwon as well. Well, Scottie Pippen, because he had been underpaid his whole career, was like, okay, if I go to the Rockets, I have to have, get paid. So Charles Barkley ended up only signing a 1 year contract worth $8 million or something, and Scottie Pippen got $70 million. And so he basically let Scottie Pippen get all this money so that they would get him. They end up still losing.
How old was Pippen? Had to be old at this point.
I think he was in his mid-30s at this point. It was in 1999. I want to say is when it happened.
Fucking insane.
And
I'm glad they didn't win shit.
Yeah, they didn't win. They didn't win anything. And then Scottie Pippen went off on Charles Barkley. Literally, called him lazy, fat, just completely just demoralized him in the media. It was crazy.
Scottie Pippen does that.
Scottie Pippen's a wild boy.
He is. He says things to the media. He's dramatic. He's a dramatic person.
He is.
I don't like Scottie Pippen.
I don't like Scottie Pippen either.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of.
Dude, what would you do though? I mean, he's going super villain because his wife is publicly having sex with rappers.
Yeah,
walking around like a 20-year-old, fucking thought, even though she has a kid that's almost fucking 20 now, and it's she's friends with the fucking Kardashians and shit.
That documentary did him pretty dirty too.
Yeah,
it's bro,
did it really though?
Let me ask you, a documentary about The Last Dance, which was 1998. What did that have to do with the 2 seasons that Michael Jordan wasn't there? And then they showed Scottie Pippen basically saying I don't want to play.
The whole thing was chronological.
I know,
just
but
build up to the
it just didn't. It felt like they painted it out and I can see where he's coming from. Scottie got a migraine, so we lost the Piston game. And then it's Scottie had back problems, so Jordan had to do everything. So, Scottie's probably
I don't blame him. Yeah, I don't think they were really saying that Scottie should have been playing through migraines and back problems.
No, but the tone of the, when they asked Michael Jordan
making
about
him seem not dependable.
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. Hey, look, Michael Jordan was clearly the best player on those teams and in the league and in that era and everything. So I get it, but if you're Scottie Pippen, you kind of have to, part of you has to be wait a minute now. Why would they show the moment where Jordan wasn't on the team and I decided to sit out instead of the play? That has nothing to do with Jordan, and that's not about 1998. That happened in 94. So it's I can understand why he's a little bit upset. But at the same time, Scottie Pippen has been very overrated to some degree. All this talk about he's a top 50 player of all time and stuff. If you're looking at just his stats, I mean, yeah, there's an argument, but he's not, he's not the second coming of, a lot of people like to think that he's better than what he actually was,
Well,
He was still good.
I feel like those people are just people who are valuing rings.
Yeah.
As an individual stat.
He was a good defender, though.
Stat. Yeah.
Best defender, one of the best defenders in the league. But I just don't think he was. I think offensively he was very limited.
My main reason for not liking Scottie Pippen is that last shot thing where they didn't draw up the play for him.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
When
the Kukoc shot.
Oh yeah. Kukoc.
Yeah,
Kukoc, cold-blooded.
He was.
That dude was an assassin, dude.
Like, how you gonna be mad?
Kukoc should make the Hall of Fame, man.
I don't know.
He's one of the first European players ever. That's got to count for something. He played in the Olympics. He won 3 championships with the Bulls, putting up like 17. You know, I don't know. People got
There's
him
enough
list.
Bulls in there.
Yeah, there is.
I thought the stuff with Kukoc in the Olympics and like Jordan and Pippen and the Dream Team going up against Kukoc.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what country he's from.
I forgot. But, Croatia. He's from Croatia.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was interesting. Just like, he was supposed to be this phenom, and he was, and then they just dominated him.
Yeah.
And then like the next time they played, he had like a ridiculous.
Yeah, he had
game.
a really good game.
Yeah.
That's what I love about him is he's from a war-torn country. So like he just didn't understand how hard they were gonna play. And he said in the documentary, he was like, yeah, when I first play, I didn't realize the level of competition. He's like, next time I prepare. and he did it, dude. He came out balling.
Yeah.
That's what you need though. Like everyone on that team was just a killer. Every single person could hit a clutch shot if you needed it. They don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah, come on.
Except for with the Warriors, dude. The Warriors look good.
Yeah.
They look
Still lost to the Suns, man.
They did lose to the Suns. They played tonight, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I don't like the Suns, man. I've kind of soured on Chris Paul a little bit.
He's a frustrating person. He's fucking nasty.
Yeah.
There's been 3 17-plus win streaks. There's been 27 17-game win streaks in NBA history.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul's been on 3 different teams that have done such things. But that's with the Clippers, Rockets, and like, dude just facilitates offense so well.
He does.
Yeah.
The only problem with him is he breaks down in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, he always gets. I mean, that just sucks.
If he didn't, dude, he would have won.
But I know we all don't want to think that Chris Paul isn't clutch, but he's not clutch.
No, he's not. I wouldn't.
Not like his stats take a little bit of a dive in the playoffs. I think it's a known thing at this point. Right?
Yeah, well, and then he gets.
So you're saying he's faking these injuries to get out of playing badly?
Yes,
I've often thought the same thing. No way you get that hurt that much in a specific time of year. Like certain time of year, his knees and
he gets so much anxiety, and then he just like
Pat Bev's in his ear.
Yeah, Pat Bev lives for the playoffs.
He's like, I might not win, but I'm gonna take you down with me.
His stats might not go up, but his shit talking does.
Dude, he does talk so much.
That was a sinister back push too.
Yeah, dude, that was dirty, man. That's exactly what.
And the thing is, it's fucked up. Is like, I guarantee you, Chris Paul deserved that.
Yeah,
I think they need to
100% deserve that.
I think they need to invent a foul for just being annoying. Didn't I say this last time?
Yeah, there's a Pat Bev. There's
a Pat Bev foul. Like,
what's the hand signal for the Pat
It's not a technical because you didn't necessarily do anything like unsportsmanlike, but everyone's just really annoyed with you on the court right
it's
now.
Like Lance, the Lance foul.
Yeah. We're gonna give the other team 2 shots. Like, how else do you deter someone like Pat Beverly?
Everybody loves that shit. Like, oh, he's playing hard defense.
No, he's not playing basketball.
He's pelvis on his elbow. That's what he's doing.
I can't stand when, like, he just throws, like, he puts his arms back, like he's not doing anything, but then he just throws his body at people. It's like that should be an automatic foul. Like, hand checking is an automatic foul. Why isn't that an automatic foul? You know, like
it should be.
Like, body contact is by definition a foul. So why doesn't that get called?
Dude, they're letting them play a little bit this year.
Unless you're in the post. Like, if you're in the post, you're gonna be bumping bodies.
Yeah. dude.
Because can you imagine the NBA scoring wise, like if like you literally couldn't bump and shit? Like,
I mean, obviously a certain amount, it's subjective where that line is.
What are you gonna do with LeBron? He's just gonna like haul ass down the middle of the court.
It's like you can't bump him.
Can't bump me.
Dude, they're letting
I just
him play.
mean like throwing your weight into somebody, but putting your arms back like you're not.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can see it in my head. He does it to everybody.
They're really letting him play this year, though.
Yeah, I say
all the shit that he does after the whistle too, but it's like not too long after the whistle.
No, he's good at it. He's a pest.
Like it's 1 second after the whistle, and God,
it's to get you to retaliate after that.
Exactly.
It works at a high rate. It works at a pretty high rate for what it is.
Yeah,
but they need to stop. And this goes for all sports, honestly. Like, they need to stop getting the guy who retaliated and start getting the guy who started it. They need to get better,
especially football. People in football.
Speaking of which,
because it encourages people to instigate.
Right? What did you think about the LeBron Isaiah Stewart thing?
They got blown. That dude is a crazy person. He was taking out his own boys, his staff. Yeah. Like, he was seeing red. There was no logical mind.
No, there wasn't.
What happened?
Sam said that. The Lakers played the Detroit Pistons, and LeBron was getting boxed out. And I guess when he went away, or when he was trying to get away, he swung, hit the dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I saw that.
The dude started bleeding.
He was bleeding.
And started freaking out. Yeah, he's bleeding pretty bad.
Dude, that was like, he was going after him, man.
Yeah, like what?
Like he was almost in the tunnel, and then he turned around and started chasing after him.
He was like stiff arming people, bro.
But
that was bad.
He's one of those people though that just gets angrier and angrier the more people hold him back, because he had a good opportunity.
He did have an opportunity
to swing at LeBron, and he didn't take it. Yeah. But then once people started holding him back, he started acting like he wanted to have an all-out brawl.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a big boy, too.
When he got close to him,
he probably might put it on him.
LeBron's ass.
Might.
But then you beat up an old man whose sons and like little daughters are over there. Like, he's Grandpa James, bro.
LeBron looked a little scared when he did it too. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Well, because he's so protected. He has to know that, like, you go after LeBron, like someone beats the shit out of Steph Curry. They're shipped to fucking play in Bulgaria. Like, you're gone.
Yeah, you're probably not going to play much. Especially him, dude. He ain't putting up no numbers. That dude's on like a 1-year contract. Like, he might not be in the league.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, what LeBron did, well, I don't know if he deserved to get suspended, to be honest, but
I don't think so at all. I
thought that was just an accident. I didn't think LeBron meant
it. It wasn't an accident though, because he really did, like, okay, it was an accident that he actually caught him the way he did.
Yeah.
But
no, he meant the swing.
That motion was like, clearly he was like fed up with the way he was trying to position himself for the rebound. Mm-hmm. And he just blindly flailed.
Yeah.
Well, his arm was kind of caught up though, so he was trying to like pull it free, like almost like he was like caught. So like he definitely, it was deliberately hard and aggressive. But, like, yeah, I didn't see any malice in, like, the attempt.
I don't think he was trying to, like, actually swipe his face.
I can see them getting, like, into a heated dispute about it, but from what old buddy fucking Isaiah did, like, that did not warrant anything.
But it just bothered me, like, dude, you had, like, 5 seconds of, like, LeBron, like... No, he wasn't about, like, you could have stole off on him, like
I think maybe he didn't know he was bleeding, like, because it looked like when he saw blood he was
like, why does that?
I don't know, but, like, maybe it triggered.
I think what Sam said. I think the more his teammates were holding him back, and then he's realizing he's bleeding a lot, and I think he just would have felt silly at that point, just walking away. I think that's what a lot of that was.
Yeah,
and he got mad because he's like, damn, now I'm looking at the bitch.
Yeah.
And then he just
charged. Yeah, but like the very last one though, where he was like completely, and he literally faked out whatever assistants were running with, because they were like jogging to the locker room, and then he just turned around, like, and he was telling them like, I'm good, I'm calm, and he just
turned around and started hauling. That was so funny, dude. What you think about Ben Simmons?
I don't care about Ben Simmons.
We've talked about Ben Simmons so much
Dude,
on this podcast.
yeah, I'm fascinated by it. He's still not playing. They're still finding him. And there was a report that came out that said he's going broke. Apparently, he owns two $17 million houses in Philadelphia. So that's like 30-some million there. And then he buys a new car.
He can sell his house.
Yeah, he can.
He's sold a couple places.
Yeah, he also buys a new car every single month. And he's like acting very weird.
Okay. Yeah, that's like you're saying. Just since all this drama, he's been buying a new car every month.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm gonna buy a fucking Mercedes. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's incredibly wasteful.
Yeah, dude. He's going broke, man. He's probably gonna retire.
Yeah,
we can get out of that contract.
If he wants to retire, he ain't gonna be able to buy a car every month.
That's true. I don't know what he's doing, man. I honestly, I just don't. I don't understand if the team, all the team, from my understanding, just wants to know what doctor he's working with and stuff, and he won't give them that information. So it's like, why wouldn't he just give them that information, and then they'd probably work with him?
He doesn't. He's past that. He doesn't want to anymore.
Because the team's in kind of a PC predicament, if you will. Because they can't look like they're being insensitive with the whole whatever he said he was struggling with.
Yeah, mental health.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, I mean he's just being ridiculous.
Yeah, he really is. I wish he would just stop, and just play. If you don't want to be there, like play good, and then they'll trade you like that. Because I just don't think they're not just gonna give him away for nothing. And I just think if he really wants out, like that's the easiest way to get out is to just keep playing and earn your money, not get fined anymore, and then they'll trade you once people see that you can still play.
It just doesn't seem like he's mature enough to do that.
No, I really honestly I think that's a big part of it is feeling like you burn bridges that you can't unburn. So, and at this point, I mean it's a pride thing too, and I'm sure you probably don't become a star athlete without having some sort of that pride.
Ego.
Yeah, the ego. So it just sucks because Ben Simmons is very talented. And this is not, like, honestly, there's probably a lot of teams that just would not want to deal with Ben Simmons unless it was just like they're handing him away. Because this is kind of crazy at this point. Like, it's gone to the point now where it's like, okay, like, this is pretty...
It's going to be a media circus wherever he goes.
Yeah. Honestly, and if I'm...
Who knows what you're going to get. Like, you might get... I mean, it might be a complete disaster. You might be getting a Ben Simmons who just has no head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
And does not... He might not even want to really play basketball anymore. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It does seem that way. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with him. Dude, the Lakers suck.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Fuck them.
Dude, Anthony Davis is shooting like 16% from three.
It's hilarious. That's great.
It's so bad. He's so bad. It's so tough to watch.
Does he shoot a lot of threes?
He's shooting more threes. I think that's by design, though, because Russell Westbrook's so bad at shooting or holding on to the ball or playing defense or...
Who are their shooters on that team?
Wayne Ellington, Malik Monk.
Oh, Malik.
Not great.
No, not great. Taylor Horton Tucker's not bad. And then
Taylor Horton Tucker.
Yeah, he's his third year. He's actually pretty solid. He's got long arms too. He's like 6'4", but he's got a 7-foot wingspan. It's pretty crazy. Dude, Brandon, you're tired, and I've noticed it.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty...
You're rubbing your eyes over
Yeah,
there,
dude, getting sleepy.
Yeah, man.
God,
But I'm still hype on some Charles Barkley though.
yeah, dude.
We haven't mentioned Charles.
Yeah,
Barkley
it's
in
been a
like
little
20
while
minutes.
since we mentioned him. But yeah, I mean that was pretty much his career in a nutshell. After that, he immediately signed with TNT or wherever
Didn't
that
look
show.
back.
Yeah, and
He just wants to make his gambling money, man. He doesn't care about basketball.
yeah, I mean that's what he's known for now. He is one of, as far as sports go, he's probably the most entertaining, I would say.
He has like unique perspectives on everything. You know, I feel like everybody likes to talk about like how dumb he is. But it's like he's not dumb. I don't think he's dumb.
No.
He he might
He
sound dumb a little bit.
Yeah,
sometimes,
well, I have
but
that problem as well. When you come from the South, you can sometimes say stuff.
Well, he also has pretty poor grammar.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
part of it too,
Yeah,
but-
no, he does. And sometimes he'll start a sentence and not know
Yeah.
where it's going, and
Yeah.
he'll just find it.
But
Sometimes he finds it.
you can tell that like he's an original thinker. You know, like he doesn't like so many of these sports analysts, especially the former players. I hate to say it, but especially the former players, just regurgitate.
Mhm.
You know, Charles Barkley does not do that.
No, he doesn't.
None of the guys on the TNT, well, maybe Shaq a little bit, but they're all good.
No, yeah, that
I like-
show has been on for like 30 years for a reason. You know,
Yeah, Kenny's great.
Kenny, I would wager to say that of everyone on that panel, Kenny probably knows like X's and O's.
Oh yeah, X's and O's.
Yeah. Because honestly, I mean, Charles is usually wrong when he's picking a team to win.
Yeah.
And it's purely because, and a lot of those old guys, they're all like that. What they want or what basketball was when they played is just not what it is today. And so, like, you'll hear him say stuff
Like
like,
pick the best rebounding team,
Yeah,
or the best defending
or
team, or
if
the team
Joel
with the better big
Embiid-
man.
the way they talk about Joel Embiid, like, I'm sure Joel Embiid is like, I can play like that, but for our team, it's better if I spend X amount of time on the perimeter. And it's also helping me not get injured every single night. So it's like, it's just more into it. And I unfortunately, I don't think that they quite accept. I think they understand that the league has changed, but I just don't think they've accepted that a big man today
That
is
is
just
truly
different.
the better strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, in some cases, they are right. Like, there's no reason Embiid, with his size, with his athleticism, there's no reason why he shouldn't have a season where he averages like 28 and 14. You know, but
I don't think we'll ever see rebounding numbers as consistently as just historically we have in the NBA, because just the amount of time that big men are spending on the perimeter.
yeah,
And you just have like with these long rebounds, with the increased number of 3-point shots, guards are rebounding more, and big men are rebounding slightly less.
I think like Antetokounmpo could have like a season where he averages like 15 rebounds.
Yeah,
Just
He's got a high
because,
motor, too, so
yeah.
he can get that ball.
yeah,
It's away
he's
from
got
the
a
rim.
very high motor. He's very athletic. He's 7 foot, but he's on the
well, and
perimeter.
he might be crashing from the perimeter too. So he's like
Mhm.
there for the long rebounds, and he's there for the shorter rebounds.
Dude, Giannis is so good.
Yeah,
Dude, Giannis might be. Oh my God, dude, he's got a chance to, like, if he keeps up on this trajectory, he's got a chance to go down as like one of the all. He's probably already going to go down as one of the all-time greats.
he's already had some ridiculous seasons.
Dude, it's insane, dude. Last year, it's crazy.
Yeah,
God, it's crazy how athletic. Like, he's so athletic. It's almost like weird watching him. It's like with him and Kevin Durant, I get the same feeling. When I watch Kevin Durant, I'm just thinking like, he doesn't even look like a person. Like, his arms are way too long. Like, he looks weird on the court. And I get that feeling with Giannis too. It's like, Giannis is so much more athletic than everyone on the court. Like, it's weird.
No, he is a legitimate freak of nature.
Dude, speaking of freak of natures, Anthony Edwards is a legitimate freak.
No, rookie of the year though.
No, he's not. But dude, he is amazing. He is so fun.
Is he from Kentucky?
I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
I thought he was.
I
feel like Kentucky.
There's like a 33% chance.
It's just like Kentucky consistently puts out the most ridiculous athletes.
Yeah, they do. His athleticism. I mean, he's got like generational type athleticism. Like the way he jumps is it's not supposed to happen. Speaking of which, dude, Zion Williams is kind of been a disappointment.
I mean, he's hurt right now.
I know, but he's also like 315 pounds.
Yeah, he's also on the Pelicans.
Yeah, that's true.
It's tough, man. I want to see him be great. But
I do too.
I knew as coming out of college, like you're not going to be that build and have a long, successful career. You're just not.
No, it's too much stress.
You have to spend so much time and money on your body to just stay in the league for 10 years.
Well, I think they said that, like they asked David Griffin about his weight gain, and he was like, "You guys don't understand. We've never dealt with someone like this." He's like, if he eats, like he puts on weight so fast that it's like scary how fast he's putting on weight. And so they're thinking that once he gets like his foot and everything back to normal, and he gets like he'll be able to lose the weight pretty fast too, because I think his body is.
I'm sure he loses it fast. I'm just surprised he gains it so fast.
Yeah,
like, run.
I think he's got a secret stash of potato chips.
Dude, he's eating something, man.
He looks like it.
He's eating something. It's sad though, dude, because he's got so much potential.
He's definitely hiding food from his trainers.
Yeah, dude, he is.
It's just, it's I don't know. It's annoying. It's a burden it sucks that's put on him because of his size. But like, if he's gonna play in the league like 10 years or so, like 8 years, he has to be eating spinach, drinking water.
Yeah.
Fucking like, I mean, he needs to spend like a lot. Like, how much did they say LeBron spends on
like over $1 million?
Yeah, a year. Like
massage therapist. Like,
right, and I just don't. He's young. I mean, he's young. You know, it's hard to convince him. Like, what am I, old man? Like, yeah, but your knees are gonna explode.
Yeah.
When you think about it, though, like the fact that LeBron invests, and I'm not saying it would necessarily work out for everybody, and not every rookie or second year guy or whatever has that kind of money to spend on their body. But man, like that's a great investment.
It's the best investment.
For an NBA player, that's a great thing to invest in.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're not gonna have a long career. Sport.
I wish there was a way for us to know like how much it helped. You know, because I really do think that LeBron, like, just God was like, here's everything. I'm gonna take your line, but here's everything else. And I just think that yeah, like he ain't got no hairline, but everything else is great. And I just think that like how I think that just his body in general recovers faster. It doesn't get hurt as much, like ankles and stuff. Everything's built great regardless. But how much did it extend his career investing that amount of money? Like, would you say, would he have been able, because in year 19, when he's actually playing, I mean, it's hard for me to tell, but it looks like it's like year 14 LeBron, you know, when he's actually playing. And so it's like, how much did it extend it?
Well, I mean, the thing about, like, someone like LeBron or someone like Tom Brady, I think them being able to avoid even minor injuries their entire career has everything to do with it. I just think once
Tom's been injured a little bit.
Well, he had like a season-ending injury.
And then he played all last year with a torn MCL or something.
That's true.
And his wife was like, how many times has he had concussions and he hadn't said nothing?
Yeah, I mean, concussions
he never got hit. Fuck you. What's her name?
Giselle.
Fuck you, Giselle. No, he never got hit. When's the last time you've ever seen Tom Brady in the Patriots jersey get walloped?
No, it has been a while, hasn't it?
He's always had a good offensive line,
and he's smart about it. He goes down. He's not quite as as Eli is, but like he'll fall down.
But I just think being able to avoid that, because like once you get in the habit of getting injured, even if it's minor, and especially if you're playing through it, it's like one part of your body is banged up, so everything else, all your other muscles have to compensate, and then something else gets injured. And I just feel like it's like this domino effect feedback loop thing, and it just never quite goes away your whole career usually. But like LeBron, and at least until he got older, was able to avoid injuries pretty much completely.
Yeah.
Tom Brady had the one
season
season where he was out for the whole year, but he got completely healthy because he was out for an entire year. I just think those minor injuries in the middle of the season have everything to do with it.
Yeah, like Joel Embiid, he's going to be like, even if he doesn't get another injury, he's going to be feeling those other injuries he's had for the rest of his career.
Yeah, I think so. He's got tendonitis too. Mm-hmm. That never goes over well.
Yeah, I had like a little bit of tendonitis when I was like playing a lot of pickup basketball in college.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I played on it 2 days in a row, I'd feel it for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
That sucks.
Never had anything like that before. Although now, the other day, like when I was getting up out of my leg stretcher, I felt something in my knee I've never felt before. And I was like, that was weird.
Dude, we're getting old, man.
I'm trying not to break down, man. Trying to at least try to stay active a little bit, but...
Dude, we haven't played pickleball.
I know, man. It's been bad.
It was a nice day today, too.
Yeah, it was. We should have played.
Yeah.
We got to play, man.
Yeah, we do. It's nice this weekend.
All right.
Dude, it's like 70 degrees tomorrow and like 60 degrees on Sunday.
Dude, you've been watching, y'all been keeping up with the...
I feel like you just completely ignored me.
I did. Well, we're going to play for real. But have y'all been keeping up with the Ghislaine Maxwell trial?
Like, I saw what was happening.
Dude, is everybody a pedophile?
Seems that way.
Dude, it is wild.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's pretty unsettling.
Yeah, no, it's actually it is actually pretty like crazy to think. But yeah. But anyways, I think that's an hour, right? We're good.
Yeah, it was a solid podcast.
That was a pretty solid podcast.
We talked about Charles Barkley for a solid 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15, 20.
15. That's what makes
we didn't go too long.
That's what makes for a great lid podcast.
Yeah, dude, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Holla. All right, we're out.
Oh, God.